That's why I think hip hop is dead.
Yeah.
This is why I think hip hop is dead, guys. Not because I don't think that people that can rap, not because I don't think that people that can make great records or they're not talented artists, because that's happening now.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and welcome to the Raydar Report. Hopefully G is hitting sounds for us right now. Hopefully G got to say, okay, perfect. Well, we discuss culture, and we just sit down. We have the live chat right here. We film also, and we about to get into it on this beautiful Monday. Alex Rocki is on the mic. What do we have today, guys? First thing we're talking about.
So, because the chat mentioned it first, Jim Jones and Nas.
Can I ask you a question, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than
I can
Nas?
sing more Nas records than you right now. So you
Yeah.
are capping. You are capping. That's what you're doing.
First of all, bro,
you are
I'm about to be
capping.
50.
I'm a bigger Nas fan than you are. You are capping.
First of all,
and I still can tell you
I'm
he can't rap
57.
better
I
than me
don't
right
be
now.
singing no rap. I don't be singing no rap.
You see what I'm saying, Ocho? He don't even know about rap. He just doing this for the views to get Jim Jones on there to get him hot. I understand. But you don't
Get
know
him
no
hot?
Nas lyrics. You don't know Nas
You better
lyrics.
check the
You don't
podcast
know
space.
no
Hey,
Nas lyrics.
now you better talk.
Sing 16.
Hey,
this
this the
sing a
biggest
Nas
podcast
record.
you ever been
Name
on.
one Nas record.
This the
Sing
biggest
one Nas
podcast you
track.
ever been on.
Do you
No
know-
other
do you
podcast
know
you been
Nas
on
track?
bigger than this one.
Hold on. We off topic.
I'm not a podcaster.
No,
This is what I do.
Joe.
You see
Name
you
a
in
podcast
your
you been
feelings?
on
You see
bigger
in
than
your
this
feelings?
one.
You see
When
in
you
your
get
feelings?
big, you get
This is
invited to
what
Club Shay Shay.
This is what I do.
Nas get invited to
You a
Club
pod-
Shay Shay.
you a podcast- I don't
Jadakiss
give
get
a
invited
fuck
to
about
Club
no
Shay
Club
Shay.
Shay
You
Shay.
not on that level yet, bro.
We
Slow
off
down.
It's for
Temper.
little young
Hello?
white girls. Chill out.
We
Chill
off
out. Don't play
topic.
with me, bro. Chill
We
out.
off topic.
You dealing with the wrong one, bro.
Right here, bro.
I
You heard
don't
me?
care nothing about nothing that shit you got to say, bro. You might as well take me
Hello?
off this shit, bro.
We here. You can't out
Leave
talk
me
me.
alone, bro.
You might can out rap me, but
Don't
you can't out
nobody-
talk me.
Don't nobody want to go to Club Shay Shay. Nobody want to buy no VIP tickets to that shit. Nobody rushing to go to that shit.
Biggest
You ain't got
podcast
nothing
you ever
lit
been
in
on.
Club Shay Shay.
Hey,
you
If
do got
you
a good
fortunate, you get
podcast.
an invite.
You do got
Ain't
a good
nobody
podcast.
listening to me?
The podcast is tremendous. You and Ocho do your thing. But don't get it twisted, bro. I don't care
Hey,
nothing about no fucking
We
podcast,
hey,
bro.
we supposed to be talking about music and love and embracing one another and culture and
Nah,
having
we ain't gonna
fun.
let it come out here and disrespect Nas and Jada. That ain't gonna happen on here. Now, where were we?
Why you keep putting Jada into this? Why you keep putting Jada into this? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you, bro?
Shannon Sharpe had him on
I really want to
Club Shay
focus
Shay.
on. Okay. So here's my thoughts. So do y'all have thoughts on Nas? And Jim, I want to get y'all thoughts also.
Yeah, to me, I think it's just marketing. You know what I'm saying? Jim understand the algorithm, but he also at the same time speaking his piece. Influence ain't always just a skill set.
Yeah, but you're talking around it. I'm asking you, how do you feel about the actual beef? Like, what are your thoughts? Because you're talking about Jim this, but you're not bringing the beef together. You're not.
I don't think it's a beef. I think the
not
hustle
even-
is to make you think
no,
it's a beef.
not the beef. Okay, you know what? You're absolutely right. Not a beef, but the conversation is there. So here's my. What you got anything to say, Rocki? Or you just sitting there like?
I'm just wondering why. Like, what's the point?
Okay,
like,
so
is this trying to stay relevant?
So here's my
that's
thoughts.
what it's giving.
So here's my thoughts. So my thoughts is that number one, I think Nas is equivalent to what Andre 3000 means to Atlanta. Nas means to New York. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Like, Nas is the most problematic artist in probably New York history. He's only had one real beef with Jay-Z, right? But he's been the least problematic. New York loves him. He's the gifted child from New York. And I think that he's a cold word for getting under New York skin.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing. In Atlanta, we don't do that to each other. That's why you don't hear no little babies, no futures saying, I'm better than 3 Stacks. Because in the South, it's just a difference. We respect and love each other here. In New York, it's dog eat dog. I was born in New York. I know the city. So here's my thoughts. My thoughts is, why can't Jim feel that? My issue with the world is that we have this way of making people feel like, it goes back to the high school thing. We have this way of making people feel like, you know how you try to sit at a lunch table back in the day and they're like, you know better. You know better sitting at the, you know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now. So it's like shout out to Rashad from EYL. I love that. I love Rashad. Like, he's a real Nas fan. He named his son after Nas. He loves Nas. So it's a little different for him, right? He's a fan. But I don't get why Jim can't feel like that about himself. That, to me, I guess that's the problem. That's the high school shit I don't like. Like, we could just ignore him. Like, when Jim said it, he had a better track list than Nas, I didn't look at it like, ooh, let's bust him. I looked at it like...
That's exactly what I do every time I see something like this, because I don't...
But hear me out. I saw actual proof that Jim wasn't wrong.
Okay.
And then I saw proof that Jim was wrong. So here's my thing. The internet, you can make anything up. Somebody just showed me a picture, a video of me, Ray Daniels, kissing a white woman. Like, her walking up to me and just kissing me. It was AI. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? In the world we live in a crazy, irate world. Yeah. And what I'm telling you guys is don't entertain it. Now, here's why I brought it up. I don't fuck with Shannon Sharpe. I've never said that on record, but as a personality, I don't fuck with him. And it's like, I'm a fan of his brand and what he's built, but like, Jim ate that nigga up. That's what made me stop being a fan, right? And that's what I did. Jim did what I did to Jack Dance. Remember, this is how the Nas thing started with our show, where I was like, I think Nas is great, but I don't think he's like my top. And Jack Dance was like, what? How dare you say that about Nas? He's not. And I'm like, spit a verse. And he went quiet. Shannon Sharpe is like, yo, you can't fuck with Nas. Jim Jones was like, rap a Nas verse then. He couldn't do it. So what you're doing, Shannon, is some high school shit. Like, oh, the world think Jim is stupid for comparing himself to Nas? I'm gonna make fun of him now in front of everybody and try to embarrass him so that you can't fuck with Nas. Like, now it's like the high school thing where it's like, okay, everybody's making fun of Jim now. You can't fuck with Nas. When it was the Bow Wow and Ray, everybody's want to get Ray is so stupid. Somebody agrees. Somebody agrees. That's what they don't understand. There are literally kids out there now. Now, mind you, they might not be as important to the conversation of hip hop. I get it. But there are kids out there now that think Jim Jones is hotter than Nas. Yeah. I'm okay with that, by the way. It doesn't make it's not like I'm like, no, like Shannon Sharpe, and I'm like, no, we can't allow this to happen. Why not? That's the problem with our community. We're the only community that want everybody to think alike, talk alike, say alike. So we say, if somebody say Nas the best, no one can challenge that. Well, Kendrick is here to tell you that is a lie. Because everybody thought Drake was the biggest artist in the world, and there's no way. And then Kendrick showed us that that's not true either. See what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, instead of us like looking at each other like, how dare you have audacity to think that you can be something, I actually give you props. Good for you. Good for you for having audacity to think that you're better than somebody that's a legend. Good for feeling like you're on your way. Good for standing on your own shit, Jim. I think Nas is a better rapper than Jim, personally myself, but I think Jim is a cooler nigga. Like, I haven't seen Nas talk enough to feel like me and Jim text. Jim did my show. Like, Jim out here fucking with the streets. Well, everybody's up there legendary. I'm so legendary. And no, everyone wants to talk to me. Jim is like, I'll talk to everybody. And that's why he hot. He understands the new world we living in. And mind you, he didn't bring up the Nas thing. Fat Joe and Jada did. He just answered it. Why can't I answer?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I feel like I'm the shit? Why can't I feel like I'm the best? Why does that bother you so much? What I don't get. So when Shannon Sharpe is like, nigga, you can't fuck with Nas. Nigga, see, Shannon, this is what you don't understand. When Shaq went at you, you cowtailed. This hip hop, baby. We don't do that in hip hop, bro. In sports, you might have to do that, I guess. But in hip hop, we don't do that. So yeah, Shannon, when you're beefing with a giant like Shaq, mind you, to me, Shannon's a giant, Shaq is a giant too. I thought they both was a giant until Shannon responded like a little nigga. Like, man, I don't have his track record. I ain't make the money he made. Nigga, nobody knows that but you. Yeah. Shaq's a 4-time champion. You a 3-time champion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's one of the greatest centers ever played. You one of the greatest fucking tight ends ever played. But you allowed the world to make you think you were less than. So when you beefing with Shaq, man, I don't know what I did to Shaq. Shaq just picking on me. You picking on Jim, my nigga.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with Nas.
Yeah.
That's the same voice that told you can't fuck with Shaq.
Facts.
Guess what? Jim ain't believing that shit. He believe he the nigga. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Nah. But Shannon Sharpe, that shit was lame. And I don't have, like, it's like, and I'm like, Shay Shay, watching what he's done, watching how, first of all, let's be clear. Let me tell you another thing about Shannon, why he can't do that. Nigga, you became one of the black people favorites because a white man dissed you. Let's not forget that. Niggas didn't start fucking with you to skip embarrass you and made you cry on TV.
Oh, shoot.
Let's just be, yes. So it's like you were the nigga that was over there with the white boys that was, like talking like them, and then all of a sudden you get embarrassed by them, and now the niggas fucking with you, and now you talking to one of the niggas that's been fucking with niggas for 20 years, somebody you can't fuck with Nas. Nigga, how the fuck do you know? Where the fuck have you been all this time?
Yeah.
How do you know that? And then when Jim is like, give me a Nas verse. I don't know no Nas verse. Nigga, just shut up, nigga. You are a fan. See, I do this for real. I'm not a fan. You are a fan. You're talking like a fan. Only a fan would say Jay-Z can't be mentioned. Bow Wow better not mention name against Jay-Z. Only a fan would think that. But in culture and in money, you can. They all contributed. You might not like how one contributed, and that's what I'd be saying. Do I think Nas is a better rapper than Jim Jones personally? Absolutely. Do I think Jim Jones is a better marketer?
For sure.
A better personality?
For sure.
And a whole lot of better other things? I think he is, and that's why he's in the conversation.
And yo, I feel like everybody that's saying otherwise is really just programmed to think that way. You feel me? Like, because you got to understand, bro, when you say, like, Jim Jones better, you're fucking with their childhood and all that shit, bro. Like, they grew up on Nas. You feel me? Like,
Bray, confession.
No, hear me out. No. I'm glad you're saying that.
Yeah.
They grew up on Nas, right?
Yeah,
That's what you just said, right?
For sure.
Okay, so there's little young YNs right now growing up on Jim.
For sure. For sure.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, this all changed me. Like I said, my best friend, Boo Man, Xavier Miller, we've been best friends since we was 12 years old. You cannot, like you sit in the car and you play a Jay-Z verse or play a Kanye verse and you rap it. He does that to Kilo. Word. Like, for real though, but like he raps it like, and he like, you can't tell me this nigga ain't better than Tupac to him. Word. And I be looking at him like, how the fuck? But he really believes it. And who the fuck am I? Yeah. It's somebody out here right now that think McDonald's is the best meal on earth. Yeah. Who the fuck am I to tell them it's not? Why would I hate on McDonald's if they think that's the best meal?
Yeah, you feel me?
That's my issue with the world.
Yeah.
Soon as somebody soon as one person that we don't think should be up there says he should be up there, the people down here with him be like, you got some goddamn nerve, nigga. Why can't I? I want to be up there. Like, why can't I? Because you don't belong. That's why I say the world picks his favorites.
Exactly.
And they pick Nas over Jim. And
For sure.
Jim is standing up for it. And now people got an issue with it. And I don't have an issue with it. If that nigga thinks he's better than Nas and got more Billboard entries and he got to back it up, allow that. Yeah. Who cares? What else
They make
go ahead.
But then the last few years I sat and listened to Illmatic. I never sat and listened to it. And it was like with rap, they make you feel guilty if you don't know like everything about Nas. He's great.
And that's another thing.
That's the thing that make you feel uncomfortable as a fan. Like,
exactly.
Damn, bro, I'm like, I
want to like the nigga. I wasn't around. Exactly.
Like
They're not even encouraging you to listen to Nas. Yeah. They're not even saying, yo, go listen to his verse on Live at the Barbecue. It's gonna make you a fan. It's just like, he's the best. Everybody shut up. If you have a problem with that, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. And it's like, and that be my issue with the world. It's like, the world has a problem with people being audacious. You can be audacious too. You can be audacious too. Mm-hmm. You just mad at the next man for being audacious. I'm never gonna be mad at a man being audacious. I've seen men be audacious and lose. I've seen men be audacious and win. It's a bet you gotta take. That's how I look at this. Like, if a nigga wanna be audacious, if Jim wanna be audacious and he win, let him win. Yeah. Let him win. It was a lot of battle. It was a lot of situations where people thought, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Like, remember when Pusha T dissed Drake and Drake was like, I can't believe you out of all niggas. It's almost like, how dare you diss me?
Yeah. Because I feel like it goes back to religion, right? Because you know how like from
okay, 2 minutes. Go ahead.
From the beginning, people have always wanted people to follow their religion. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like literally that's something people do. So I feel like it goes down to people want you to follow. It's like their religion. If they love something, if they're a fan of something, it's like you got to be a fan too. You got to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just human nature.
It take you back to, if you think about it, speaking of religion, it take you back to like Sunday school type stuff where like certain people, they know the Bible better than you, so they looking at you a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny you bring up religion because that made me think of Nas. I remember I heard a line where he said something about he went to hell for snuffing Jesus, and I remember I was like, what that mean? I'm like,
and that was a line that kind of that.
I'm from the South, so I'm like, dang, you don't never say nothing about Jesus.
That line blew him up, but in the South, you don't play with God.
So I was just like, they're cool to y'all. I'm like, it's a little different to me. I rock with him. I'm a fan of Nas, but when I remember him saying that, I was like, I can't relate to that. That take it a whole nother place when you talking about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But that's his thing.
The way y'all feel about that is the way people feel about their people.
True. Yeah. Like, hey, what Mud say? Big God over.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
Yeah.
competition right there.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, like, black people, we're the only culture that is okay with not having as much as the rest of the world, as long as we have more than someone that looks like us.
Yeah.
That's so stupid to me. Like, that's why we down each other like we do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if white folks do that to each other. I don't know
Not-
if they
not
do
really.
it the way we do it. We do it with the. It's like
No,
black people.
they're actually like the kings and queens of that shit. Like,
But
Really?
They as I said, they
It's
kind of
like
are.
They go down to their daughters, what college your kids go to, what neighborhood
judgy
you
as
live in,
fuck.
and now even like how your lineage, how far back
Yeah.
it goes, how pure it is. Like that's why when a black woman was in the Queen of England, what's it called? In
The royal family.
yeah, when she got into the royal family, like they didn't like that because to them it's tainting it. Like
Oh,
that's
wow.
how petty they get.
Wow. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
You know, I be thinking about. I think we caught between what the world is and what they tell us the world is. I think that's what we all are caught in between. Because I feel like it's like that was always my thing. When they would tell you people are kind, I'm like, that's not what I've witnessed.
Right.
I didn't witness kind people as a kid. Like I didn't witness like a kind world. The world was ugly. I don't know. I just think that we just got so much changing to do, man. We just,
sure.
and it's like and the one thing that I think the easiest change is, like I said, I don't say the N-word as much anymore. I say brother. What's up,
Fire.
my brother? And the reason why I say that is because it's hard to kill your brother.
Yeah.
It's really easy to kill a nigga. So that's why I do that. But like, I just think that we gotta get on. What else we talking about though?
I ain't gonna lie, I might gotta start doing that. I remember when I was in high school, I had a teacher that would always be on my ass when I said the N-word, but I ain't never knew why he did it.
Because it's only the N-word only works in the world you exist in. In the world he exists in, it's a negative thing. So they're basically saying, you know, how many of us are just insulated with our culture and only us? That's a big thing to think about. Like, just insulated within our culture. It's only us.
I mean, I definitely like because I talk like that around y'all, but like if this was Hollywood on them other sets, it's like you don't hear a nigga come out my mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah, facts.
It's just,
It don't work
crazy.
there.
What else we got? Alex?
So we got next the R. Kelly AI topic.
My name is Joycelyn Savage. I'm 29 years old, and I'll be 30 next month. I just want to come out here shortly to let you guys know that I am not a victim. I've been with Robert for 10 years. He has been incarcerated for 6 years, and I have seen him every weekend for the past 6 years. Just 3 years ago, I proposed to Robert, and he said yes. And we are planning on getting married and having a family, and I'm very excited about that. But anyways, I just want to come out here and let you guys know to please do not believe the lies that my mother and father are coming out here saying about me and Robert. I am not held against my will. I am not a sex slave. I am not brainwashed or any of those crazy lies that were told on me. And I just want Robert to get the righteous justice that he deserves because he deserves to be free. Enough is enough. I'm tired, and he's tired as well. So I just want you guys to continue to please pray for him. I'm praying for him. I believe that he will be out soon. I have hope. And just, you guys, please, just do not believe the lies because enough is enough. It's been 6 years, and I'm just tired. I choose not to call my mother and father because I do not want to talk to them. I have a cell phone, and I choose not to call them. So I'm a grown woman, and if I decide not to call them, that's my choice. And it is what it is. So once again, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm in love, and I'm good. So thank you.
I seen a video earlier today that was surfing around on the internet of our daughter Jocelyn. It's been about a little over 6 years since we physically have seen her out in public. The video that we saw did bring some concerns because it appears that the video is AI generated. Anybody knows about AI, how realistic videos can be from just a simple picture. Her voice, speech didn't match some of the video recordings. The gestures within raw image on her shirt. Actually, the mouth moved when she talked. And so it's brought some serious questions, and it confirms
very serious concerns.
It confirms why we have been fighting so hard just to make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. Basically, that's all we want to know. Like in the video, that was her. She said that she has a choice if she wants to have a relationship with her family, her parents especially, and that's true. We just wanted to make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. And
that's all we asked for.
And the video that we saw today, it still doesn't answer our questions because the video definitely appears to be AI generated.
We've been through so much as a family, you know. We had no other choice tonight to file a report, a missing person report, twice. If you think back and look at all the times that has happened in the past where they said that she had a baby, that was false. They also said some other things about her that was false, like the book, false. The Patreon account, false. These things concerns us as a parent. We really need to find what's going on with our daughter, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on. We are eager to find out. So please, pay attention. Look at what we see and judge for yourself and tell somebody else and say, hey, does this look like an AI generator? Because it looks like it to us. So thank you.
And whoever is behind the video, we demand answers, and we hope to get a resolution soon and to have some type of closure. And if she wants to have a relationship with her family or not, that doesn't matter at this point. We just want to know that she's fine, healthy, and okay.
Right. That's all we ask for, to make sure you're fine, healthy, and okay. We love you. From your parents and from family. Thank you.
This is why you gotta raise your kids. Not even being funny.
His shirt on.
Not even being funny. Not even being funny. She doesn't even like R. Kelly is twice her age.
For sure.
She doesn't know what the world really is, and she just thinks she is. She's doing what she thinks she's supposed to do, which is staying loyal to the man she's with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But she doesn't understand that the man she's with is not loyal to her. He's loyal to himself, and she's loyal to him. That's why she has his face on her shirt.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
She's just doing what she thinks she's supposed to do, but I just feel bad for her. When your parents are in your life, like when you don't trust your parents, and even then, her parents are around, but when you don't trust your parents, this is what you get.
For sure. And they're probably in her ears, like telling her, like, yo, like you got to move on.
And then and another thing is that just to be on some man shit, like I couldn't have sex. I couldn't have sex with a 22-year-old right now. Like I'm too much. I know too much about it. I've been having sex over 22 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The things that he's done to her, probably that got her mind, like
crazy.
Shit that she probably ain't, shit that you supposed to discover with your boyfriend, at the same time. Like, you like that? She got it from a nigga been doing it to every girls older than him, older than how she been born. He been doing it longer than that. So I just feel bad for her. And her parents need to chill the fuck out with that AI shit. This is why she probably don't fuck with her parents. Cause like this AI, I'm looking at this. This don't look nothing like AI. It like AI to you?
I don't know. Like,
I don't know. AI been crazy.
Her eyes are moving perfectly.
My name is Joycelyn Savage. I'm 29 years old, and I'll be 30
Look at
next month.
top light.
I just wanna come out here
Look, you can see the light right there at the top.
that I am not a victim.
Right there. Look at the light.
I've been with Robert for 10
That
years.
means that it's a. You think AI is thinking about a camera needs that make sure it look like a light, so she talking to
that
a.
looks like a ceiling light reflecting on
No, that like a light reflecting on her as she's recording.
3 years ago, I proposed to Robert, and he said yes. And we are planning on getting married and having a family.
And then she says, and
But anyways, I just want to come out here and let you guys
So
know.
and then
please
you
do not
see her
utilize
hands, all
my
fingers is there,
mother
look like.
coming out here saying
this is not AI. Y'all really trying to see if this AI?
sex slave.
Are y'all serious?
I'm not brainwashed or any of those crazy lies that were told on.
Are y'all serious?
Look.
And I just
Can
want
we
my-
stop it?
Pause.
That is not.
Look.
I can't believe we still watching it. That is not.
I don't know if it's AI or not, but I do know AI is fucking like scary right now.
Yeah, but
bro.
AI is perfect.
That's true.
She's saying, and I was.
Listen, the way it's going these days, they do all that now too.
I be seeing her AI videos. I could tell it's AI every time.
Well, I'll tell you this: the video they made, if that video is not AI, Joycelyn Savage is not in the video with them. So it's kind of like, and I think they say they ain't heard from her, so it get confusing. And it's kind of like you coming to the internet Like, I can't tell. I don't got no jits to tell somebody a parent, but it's like, bruh, fuck us. Go find your daughter and holler at her. Like, what we got to do with this shit?
Hey, yo, pull up that one video Rocki sent to the chat.
But you guys, you know what I'm saying? But Ray, can you speak to that? Because Ray, you are a parent.
Streamer.
If you was in that situation, I feel like you're not finna go to the internet. You finna go communicate with your child.
Yeah, but I'm also who I am, and they're not me. So I don't expect people to do what I would do. Like, they don't have the access that I have. I just hate that they say it's AI generated. Like come on, just be like, she's play that one. Let's play that one.
Yeah,
let's play that one. This is important.
Yeah, play that.
That won't even be a thing. Excuse you. What? Did you hear me?
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you. What is you talking about?
You can have some fucking manners.
Like I said, excuse you.
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you.
You see what I'm saying, bro? I should really fuck you up. You can call your nigga down here too. What am I saying? You can call You got no fucking respect. Dumbass bitch. Suck my dick. And y'all niggas just be what? Word of mouth. Thought ass bitch.
Wait, come
Suck
here.
My dick. Suck my dick, dumbass bitch.
Wait, why she get on that?
Nigga, cause she was walking. Ask Petey, bro. Petey's
She bumped into you and that shit. I seen it.
Looked in front of us and she was like,
she was bugging. She said, excuse me. She said, bitch, excuse you.
I said, what?
What's your ass?
Man, listen to me.
that's
That
not.
was so ugly.
Yeah.
And it could go so many different ways.
Yep.
And if I'm being honest with you, it is more common than it is not.
For sure.
Where a man, like, even as a man, I felt like my spirit being has irritated women around me for things that have nothing to do with me. Like, this guy did nothing to this girl.
Nothing.
She called him a bitch. She threw a drink at his face, and then she punched him in his face. If he would have beat the shit out of her,
They would have said
everybody would have said he was wrong and
Yep.
he's this. And my thing is that I didn't see no women like arrest her, lock her the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to see black people get but shit, her ass needs to be in jail. Now, that was my daughter, I would turn her in. That was my daughter, I probably would disown her. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You think you could just walk? Because, okay, so let me tell you, now let's go deeper. Let's
do it.
That young lady is talking crazy.
Yeah.
She probably has a boyfriend, a brother, a father, a man in her life who loves her, who's absolutely willing to die for her.
For sure.
Right now. And then he sees that. It's like, and if this kid reacts, the guy was perfect. Jayrelly, whatever his name is, that guy was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I beat your ass, I'm gonna do something. And thank God for the camera. Because she could have been like, he didn't call out her name, anything.
Nope.
Women, I'm telling you, today's society, I don't think black women like black men. I don't think, and by the way, I think that black men have a certain resentment towards black women too. But I think that felt like hate. That was like, I hate you, nigga.
Yeah.
You said something and punched you in the face. I just hate that was caught on camera. I hate that she was black. I hate that, he was so nice about it because it just makes us all look crazy. But like, arrest her ass. Arrest her ass. Arrest. I don't give a fuck if she's drunk. I'm like, dog, you should never do. Because if that was my daughter, I would just be praying he didn't do nothing to her. Because if he did, I would have to do something to him. I would have to.
Yeah.
Because that's my daughter. But then look what she did. She put me in that position. She might call me a bitch ass nigga. Her dad, bitch ass nigga. But you ain't gonna do that, you bitch ass nigga? Like, that is dangerous. I wanted to point that out because it's important. That is dangerous. Women don't ever approach a man like that. She caught the right man.
Yeah, she caught it right because the wrong nigga would have been like,
and by the way, if the wrong nigga would have did it, it would have been so bad.
It would have been so.
It would have looked so bad, and he would have had every right. But the world doesn't work like that.
Oh no,
a man is beating up a woman. They don't care who's wrong.
Yeah,
and that's why she was completely wrong.
Yeah,
simple as that.
I'll be honest with you. If we saw this and he did turn on her, like I think he'd have a lot more sympathy than you think because we're seeing all of it. You know what I'm saying? We see how outlandish she was from the beginning. It's like, you should have more. You should have a better way to control yourself for sure. That's what's going to be the topic. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to feel bad.
I don't think the world.
I'm gonna tell you why they would not.
I don't think the world works like that.
Yeah, because if
they saw all of that.
No, I'm gonna tell you why not. Because if Shaq threw that at him, and he didn't swing on Shaq. But let me ask you this: if Shaq threw that drink on him, you think he finna turn up and put his hands on him? People be like, "Well, hey, he got his ass whooped."
I think he would have did the same thing. I think he would
Correct. But you saying the world would have gave him grace if he would have put his hands on her because of what she did.
The world
to
wouldn't have gave him no
They
grace.
wouldn't have gave him no grace. Because if you can run with my ass from a man.
No, you got to look at it from this standpoint. He's streaming. That's his money.
Yeah.
That girl literally came in his house, took a piss on his floor, and said, "What you gonna do about it, bitch?"
He crashed out.
He could fuck his whole. That's another thing.
Yeah.
He has way more to lose than she does. That's
she
why
does.
I hope she got a job.
Yeah.
I hope that she lose her job.
Yeah.
I hope she in school. I hope she get kicked out of school. I hope every punishment
For sure.
possible is done to her. Because if that was a man, I would want the same thing. If you did it to a woman, you deserve the. And to me, right now, like the way she punched that dude, man, thank God it wasn't me.
And on top of that, with COVID, she put a whole drink on him and shit like that.
Black
that
man
shit
matters.
That's like spitting on a nigga, to be honest, what she did.
Yeah.
That's really like spitting on a man, what she did. That shit crazy.
Nah, she did a lot. It was
She might-
unneeded
she
too.
She might be equivalent to the daughter of a John Gotti or somebody who just knows nobody gonna fuck with me because who my dad is. For her to walk that, like just a man that you don't know, you just punched him in his face.
All of that.
Knowing he can beat you and you
Yeah.
still did it, you don't think about nobody. You don't love your life. You don't love your mom's life. You don't love your dad's life. You don't love nobody's life around you if you did that.
Yeah.
Because you put everybody in life in danger. When we just saw last week, a cameraman a dude got killed right on the live. Like,
I'm
the
not-
stakes is higher than it ever was, and you can't be doing that type of
Yeah,
shit.
but and I was gonna say, man, props to bro, man, for that, like, you know, type of self-control. Cause I feel like as like guys, bro, like we naturally just have that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, soon as somebody hits you, you naturally just react.
That sound like his dad is in his life.
Yeah, bro.
Because no dad is gonna tell his son to hit a girl.
Yeah, bro.
Only mamas tell us that.
For sure.
If she hit you, hit her ass back. His dad was in his life. Because his dad probably saw his dad face. Don't hit her. She's a girl.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jayrelly, man. That man deserves an applause. Let's give an applause.
Yeah,
a
shout out to bro.
Yeah, he deserves something because man,
bro.
he took that like it was nothing. You know what it sounds like?
Shit, I start pressing all of them.
All good. What else we got?
Fat Joe, it's all type of lawsuits against him right now. 50 Cent responded to the claim in there that, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to off him and all that good shit. It's all types of stuff. They suing him, I think it's $20 million.
Fat Joe allegedly ordered a hit on 50 Cent. This bombshell claim comes from a new lawsuit filed by Joe's former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. He alleges that back around 2006, during their infamous beef, Joe tracked 50 down in New York and assembled a group of shooters to take him out. The only reason it supposedly didn't happen? 50 Cent was surrounded by what the lawsuit calls Navy SEAL-type security, which scared the would-be assassins off. This is just one piece of a massive $20 million lawsuit with other serious allegations. But here's the wildest part of this story. 50 Cent's reaction. Instead of gloating, 50 is actually defending his former rival. He called the accusations baseless and not credible, saying he feels sorry that Joe has to go through this. Fat Joe, through his lawyer, has denied everything, calling the claims complete fabrications designed to extort him. So, a former friend is making shocking claims, while a former enemy is coming to his defense. What a twist.
So first off, this is gonna happen a lot more. This scenario with Fat Joe is gonna happen a lot more. And the reason why is because the portal is open now. You know, like, look at it from his standpoint, his man's standpoint. He like, I know nobody knows your dirt better than a dude that's been next to you every day. I think 50 Cent understands that it was war. So 50 Cent is like, hey, y'all didn't get me though, so let it go. But for me, I think I'm more concerned about someone in Fat Joe's crew decide that they want to take him down now. Like, that's what we are right now. Like, we in this time where it's like, okay, somebody want to take Fat Joe down now. And nobody knows your deepest, darkest secrets better than your man that was next to you.
Oh yeah,
the entire time.
Soon as you do what they don't want,
soon as you don't give them, that's why it's dangerous. That is why rich people don't let people in, because once you let them in, they can now use it against you. Like,
oh yeah,
Fat Joe had one of his best friends with him, and now this man knows every secret, know every war. Fat Joe has had a chance to elevate, become a better person, and this dude was like, nope. Let's talk about who he was in 2017.
Crazy.
And then Joe, and by the way, and he has to answer it now because it's a lawsuit. And that's another thing. When niggas start really understanding how these lawsuits work, man, you wouldn't play around. You wouldn't play around. So yeah, so for me,
expound on that.
Well, so Fat Joe's man that's suing him, he's suing him for $20 million. I'm willing to bet he didn't pay his lawyer. He didn't pay his lawyer. His lawyer is like, let's go after Fat Joe. If we get him, I get 1/3, you get 2/3. So they get $20 million. The lawyers get 6.33333, and the other guy would get 12.6.
So those motherfuckers out here ambulance chasing on pro bono like that?
That has been like that since the beginning of time.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
just we didn't sue each other. We didn't know how to sue each other. If you want to sue somebody, where do you even start?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know that. Like now that people know about it, all you need to do is find an ambulance chasing.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you why Fat Joe should settle. Because this dude is going to air out all your shit.
Everything.
Oh, so it's kind of on some like, this a breadcrumb, you know.
Nigga,
okay.
Nigga, it's just extortion.
Puff Daddy, who has more money than you, Fat Joe, is in jail for less.
Gotcha. I see.
Because he's talking about Fat Joe was probably put a hit out. Puff wasn't trying to make no hit. He was just trying to protect his bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, leave mine alone.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at this like, this is why, man, the world's gonna get worse and worse. I don't even know how to respond to this because it's unfair. It's basically Fat Joe is out here getting money, loud as fuck, podcasts, deals, everything, chasing opportunity, and your man, you probably gotta leave him alone. It's like, hey bro, like I can't afford you no more. Yeah, do y'all know how many people like Fat Joe, like 50 Cent, like you know how many successful people are being held hostage by someone in their circle that won't leave until they know they're gonna get what they want, or like, I've been here from the jump, I need my payday. Like, everybody is dealing with this. So tread fucking lightly, keep your people out your business, and you know, you gotta damn near do your shit on your own because man, Fat Joe, I mean, I feel bad for him, but he gonna get what he's supposed to get.
Nah, but you're right about that. Me and you ran into each other for a couple years. You feel me? And I can respect it. I can respect that shit because it's kind of like, you don't know. Damn, man, that sucks.
Like somebody just said, even if it ends up false, it doesn't matter. His reputation is still gonna lose.
Sucks, bro. Because he a nigga from the hood, completely clean. Because Fat Joe right now, if you ain't know about, you know, Joey Crack, all that old shit, you probably wouldn't even look at him the way that this lawsuit making him look right now.
Yeah, but Fat Joe also, he gonna get this. To be honest with you, part of him, as much as I feel bad for him.
Yeah, for sure, man. What were you like in high school?
Terrible. The biggest bully. I once robbed my whole gym. The whole gym.
Like
70 kids
robbed them?
without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans, give me your this. Some of the kids I was actually cool with. And I was like, yo, run it. Everybody, run it. I couldn't even carry it. Some of the guys I robbed had to help me carry the stuff with them. Terrible. You know, and then they threw me out of that school.
Part of what Fat Joe deserves this. We should know that you robbed 75 people with no gun. We should know you were such a big bully. You literally gave us the persona. Yeah. I was a big bully. I smacked niggas, robbed niggas. You're telling the world the crimes you committed.
Yeah.
And now these people can file lawsuits.
Yeah.
Take your fucking. That's why I think hip hop is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why I think hip hop is dead, guys. Not because I don't think there are people that can rap. Not because I don't think there are people that can make great records or they're not talented artists. Because that's happening now.
Yeah.
Niggas is getting hit with RICOs and lawsuits and civil lawsuits and like Biggie got 3 years, right? 94 to basically 4 or 5 years, 94 to 97, right?
Yeah.
Pop Smoke got 1. Like, Lil Durk's in jail.
Yeah.
Thug just got out of jail. Lucci was just in jail.
Yeah.
Think about it. Women run rap now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Wim Whammy and Pluto, all these girls. Like, you know why? Because they don't have ops. They're not rapping about killing people and shooting people. That's what I'm saying. I think rap is that. This is, dog, I promise you, 5 years from now, rap will be obso-fucking-lee. I'm not saying there won't be entertainment rap. There will always be that.
Yeah.
But the culture?
The street shit?
Shit, that's done. Yeah. Nigga, look at, this is Fat Joe. Fat Joe been a gangster since I was a little boy, growing up in the Bronx. Everybody knew you don't play with Joey Crack. You don't play with him. And now he's being punished for being himself. We celebrated him as the gangster. We bigged him up as the king of the Bronx, the nigga you didn't play with. And now somebody's saying, oh, you ain't play with him. He about to have a hit. He about to have this. And now like, get him. Yeah. Nobody's going to get their persona out no more. There's no more personas.
It ain't cool to be
gangsters is not going to rap no more. Nigga, I'm not going to jail for rap.
Yeah.
The smart niggas already quit. The smart niggas already that invested their money in businesses and everything. It's the other people. This, I'm telling you, hip-hop, masculine hip-hop, street hip-hop is going to be dead and obsolete in 5 years.
Yeah.
Look at how that black girl slapped that black dude. Yeah. It was like she was a nigga.
Yeah.
And he was the girl.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like, a dude was like, can you say excuse me? If I told you that was an exchange between two people and someone said, could you say excuse me? The other one said, bitch, what you say to me? You would think the man said the bitch what you said to me. But a woman said that. Yeah, and then a woman threw the drink. And then a woman threw a punch. Yeah. That's the world we live in now. Yeah. And watch this. They're going to do it to them next. It's going to be a gangster female to my beat hoes up, and they're going to get her on a RICO charge too. Dog, it's no more confessionals in the booth. Wow. No more confessionals in the booth. It's done. No more rap confessionals in the booth. That is over. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, is how can you make it to the top as a rapper now? Yeah. Think about it. Let's name a rapper. DMX would have got shut down. Jay-Z would have got hit with a RICO. Yeah. Nas would have made it, right? Yeah. Puff would have got hit with a RICO. How did it go from All a Dream? How did you used to read a magazine? Now you got something. How did you get that?
Yeah, because now my mind going to like, even Nelly, ain't it like in the song Down, Down, Baby, he say something about like, no more getting rich off selling cane now.
No. So it's kind of like, down, baby. Yo, street in the Range Rover, street sweeper, baby, cop ready to let it go. He was about shoot niggas, but he was dancing. So everybody was like, oh, he's cute, and he blacked it out. I'm telling you, rappers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, rap is in big trouble. Damn, like big trouble. Like, okay, this is the best way to describe rap. Rap is Mother Nature. The music business is the zoo. We're going to let the lions in, but they're going to be in a cage. We're going to let the tigers in too, but they're going to be in a cage. Oh, y'all want to see sharks? We got those too, but they're going to be in your cage. And rap is, ain't nobody caged. We in the woods killing. And by the way, it's cool when you do it in the woods. Yeah. Like, I see lions killing boars every day in the woods. Yeah. If he did that in the zoo, with kids watching, it'd be like, oh my God, it'd be the worst day on earth. Yeah. That's what rap is now. Rap is the wilderness, and music business is a zoo. They need to get it under control. Yeah. They need niggas, they need all the gangster shit wrapped up. So now everybody's working together. The police, the feds, the snitches, everybody's working together, and they're going to take everybody down one by one. And the smart ones are going to just shut the fuck up and go away.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like the smart ones are going to shut the fuck up and go away. But everybody else, and I'm telling you now, if you are a rapper and you got some money in the bank, stop giving it to your people. Yeah. Give it to them and make them sign NDAs.
But now
but I'm trying to tell you, protect yourself. I give you $20,000, but you got to sign this. I'm telling you, because they're going to keep getting y'all. Yeah.
But
it's crazy.
But to add on to that, Ray, like, it don't gotta go away for real. Niggas just gotta get smarter and start, like rapping clean.
Look what you just said. Say it again.
It don't gotta.
Say who gotta get smarter?
Niggas.
Okay. The definition of a nigga is an ignorant person. That's a that's a contradiction in itself. Niggas don't get smarter. That's not what they do. When they get smart, they stop calling themselves niggas. They be like, I'm a brother now. Like, I'm telling you, it's just, they're gonna get us, man. I feel bad for everybody. If you're rapping right now, you better listen. If you in the hood right now, you're a dope boy. I remember, I think Jeezy and them started it with the dope boys that was tired of putting money behind rappers and say, I'm gonna put it by myself. That needs to go away now. We need. I'm not even being funny now. Like,
Yeah.
no more. Like, if you're a dope boy, find you a Kendrick. Find you a good gifted kid from your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Sign him to a deal.
Yeah.
And put your money behind him.
That's what's about to happen though.
That's the only way we're gonna. That's hip hop can win if we do that.
Yeah.
But as long as the street niggas is in the boardroom, bringing the boardroom energy to the streets, and the streets to the boardroom, we're gonna have it. This can keep happening. What else we talking about?
Man, look, I want to talk about this, man. Shout out to Birthday Bash. You feel me? They shot at my boy Ray.
Oh yeah, I was on the big screen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, bro, like, okay, so Offset made the women mad.
Why?
Because of the Cardi B situation. Yeah.
Why?
So
okay, go finish. Go ahead.
crazy,
Give me the
crazy.
information.
So it's like when Pluto and all them came out, it was lit.
Okay.
They said when Offset came out, it was crickets. And I just sent the video. They had 50 posted. Because 50 is a troll.
Let me see. Put the video.
Okay, so whoever was in charge of the birthday bash lineup need your ass beat because the crowd was slapping. Like, the lineup was lit as fuck. Everybody was standing up. The crowd was going wild. D-Lo, Cash Doll, Niece, YK, Niece, Pluto. Everybody turned that shit up. But why the fuck would y'all put Offset or like literally right before Glorilla? Like, Gorilla was the main headline and y'all put Offset. He was performing shit that nobody never heard of. He was singing shit that nobody know. Everybody was sitting down. The crowd was fucking bored. Everybody was going to sleep. That shit was boring as fuck. Like, even when Ludacris came out, everybody was standing up. Why would y'all pull Offset right before Gorilla? Like, I feel like D-Lo, he know how to control the crowd. He had everybody turned the fuck up. Bunna B, nobody knew she was coming out. The fucking, what's the one boys, the Atlanta niggas, like, everybody had the crowd slapping. But for Offset, he's from Atlanta, to come out and everybody sitting down and the shit dead. Like, everybody was dead before Glorilla came out. Like, why? Who the fuck did that? Like, y'all should have put D-Lo. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if D-Lo not even from Atlanta, but D-Lo or Pluto should have been right before Glorilla. Because when Offset came, when nobody feeling that shit, don't nobody like Offset no more. Don't nobody like Offset no more. That shit dead. If y'all would have bought the Migos, but y'all did Offset. That shit was boring as fuck. Don't do that shit no more.
Oh, you can pause it.
Crickets.
It's not because of Cardi though.
It ain't? Nah. What you think it is?
Because Offset, he not connected to Atlanta like he once was. Nigga, this Atlanta, nigga. This Atlanta. You heard that record he's playing? You got me, That's not an Atlanta record.
Type shit.
That's like Future coming out playing a record that he did with Miley Cyrus. Nah. He's gonna come out and say, I woke up in a new Bugatti. He gonna give the crowd what they want. The fact, if I was Offset manager, I would be like, you know this Atlanta, right? You better come out to that Versace. You gotta make them remember you. No, he's coming out to, you got me. And by the way, that's a hit. Yeah. It's just it doesn't work for the Atlanta bubble. Offset checked out the bubble, and that's what happens. So I just could see the video. I'm like, oh, that's the song he played for? That's gonna happen. Oh, okay. It's not because of Cardi. I don't give a fuck about Cardi B. It's gonna always go Offset over. It's because he's dressed like somebody from LA and he's making music like somebody from Africa, and it's not working. I'm not even being funny. I'm saying, like, by the way, I fuck with Offset. It's no diss because he an Atlanta nigga, but I'm saying I could see the video. I'm like, oh, nigga, if that was him in Nigeria, play that song all day. Yeah. My nigga, you in Atlanta. Yeah. You better come with that motherfucking Migos energy, that bad and bougie. You better come that, remind us and then give us the solo shit. Yeah. But you came out just on, like, you treat Atlanta like it was a regular crowd. Yeah. That's what you gonna get, baby boy. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, you gonna treat them like they're regular and they gonna remind you this Atlanta. And that's what they did. I don't think it had nothing to do with Cardi. I don't think it was chicks going quiet on him because he was quiet. Look what they say. Damn it, man. ATL on some shit. That's a hit record. They like, fuck this. It is a hit record, but it's not a hit ATL record. And when you come to ATL, that's why ATL has artists working all across the country because our artists understand our sound. Yeah. Offset left it with that song.
Okay.
Now you're coming back home like, you got me, and everybody looking at you like,
what the fuck?
Nigga, your bitch out here disrespecting the fuck out of. He should have came on some real energy. He didn't know. So that's what it was. Offset is just he's not connected to the city like he needs to be. And you know, so that's what happens.
You think he need to come back and like get back tapped in?
I don't tell nobody what they need to do. He might be done with the city. Okay. He might be like, fuck Atlanta, I'm moving to LA. I mean, that happens. He might be like, fuck Atlanta, I'm moving to Vegas, I'm gonna go live my life. That happens a lot, but I'll say that.
But what do you feel, Ray, about like what you were just saying? What if it's like Offset, the rebrand is finna be them bigger records like that?
And that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then that works. If his rebrand is gonna be bigger records, but then he's gonna always get that from Atlanta.
So then it's kind of like the crossover, all the way crossover, and know like this is what the type of time they.
I give an example. I was working with Future back in 2013, and his late Epic at the time, we were trying to push him to go bigger, right?
Right.
So Future did his record with Miley Cyrus. It was like a Mike Will produced record. We thought it was gonna be a big pop record.
Right.
But you know what kept Future in the streets? He gave DJ Infamous a record called Shit. Nigga, talking about nigga, you ain't what shit. So while the labels up here trying to work this pop shit, Future team always knew, hey, Atlanta, baby. Atlanta, we got to make sure Atlanta know we here too. Yeah. And I think Offset just missed that little part of it. He'll get it together though. He's smart as fuck.
That makes sense then, because his body's record. His
That's
record
my
bodies
point.
with JID.
That's my point. You have to, if you're Offset, when you leave Atlanta, you gotta make sure who the hottest little nigga. Go get Baby Kia a verse, right? Yeah. Go get fucking Pluto a verse. That's what you got to do when you're an artist and you're not connected to your enterprise.
Yeah.
Atlanta made you, and now you're out collecting checks from everybody else, but you're losing Atlanta. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's all. And by the way, that happens to every artist. That happens to all the artists that are not the smart ones.
Yeah, all the smart ones.
The smart ones know. Like Future is fucking brilliant. Future will go to He would go to Chicago. Yeah. When I was on the road with him, we went to Chicago. Yeah. Future would stop in Chicago. Every little street hood nigga that needed a Future verse got on the bus and Future was giving them verses out. That's why the young niggas love him.
He did a whole album with Uzi when Uzi was hot.
That's why the streets love him, because Future understands. Yeah. I'm gonna go do a record with what's the kid name that passed away?
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. I'm gonna go do album with. I'm gonna go do a record with Future. I mean with 21 Savage. I'm gonna do. He could have did the album with Drake, because that was helping for him, and he could have just ran him to the races.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Future is a really smart Atlanta nigga. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. Offset, not being funny. Don't get mad at me, but Offset's from Gwinnett.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is it? What them?
That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta, but it's North Atlanta. Yeah. Like Gwinnett County got 2-parent households. Yeah. I'm from College Park. Like there was 1-parent household. Like it was a couple stepdads in my friend group, but everybody else it was just mama and a stepdad here. You know, so
that's like that whole like real Atlanta thing y'all be talking about.
Yeah, like I'm from College Park, so I'm not really Atlanta. Like if you from motherfucking Bankhead or you from the West End, that's those APD kids, those Atlanta public school kids. Like I went to Fulton County schools. Yeah. So it's levels to it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
He went to school in Gwinnett. It's no disrespect. I love the Migos.
Me too.
But
they changed hip hop.
They did. But here's the thing. You cannot forget the ground floor.
For sure.
And guess what? You never know. For me, my ground floor is my best friend Slow. For the Migos, the ground floor could have been Takeoff. That could have been the guy that kept them close to the streets while Offset and Quavo went and ran and made all of the big hits, and they don't have a Takeoff no more. Yeah, he's not cool with QC like that no more. Yeah. He don't have his girl no more. So he's isolated. You got to go back to what you know.
Yeah, bro.
What you know is where you're from.
Yeah, bro.
He went and he came like that's some Gwinnett County shit he did. Like, nigga, if I'm in a car with him, I'm like, hey, nigga, this Atlanta, nigga. You better go ghetto. Nigga, when Future came out, when he headlined Birthday Bash, nigga, that nigga performed March Madness, nigga.
Word.
That he understands. Yeah. Fuck the pop hits.
Yeah.
He's trying to show, Offset is trying to show Atlanta what he's become.
Yeah, bro. He's tripping. Yeah.
Atlanta don't give a fuck what you became. Yeah. We give a fuck that you're still us. And that's why the crowd didn't fuck with him. What are we talking about next?
Yeah. So, they about to get ready with the Diddy verdict. His defense team said they're not going to call no witnesses to the stand.
Diddy's defense team will not be bringing any witnesses to the stand in this trial. And why is that, and what does it mean? This is not uncommon for a defense to not put witnesses on the stand. At the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. They do not have to prove that he is innocent. They don't have to prove it. Prosecutors have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he is guilty of these said charges that are pending in the Diddy trial. The defense attorneys, on the other hand, they just have to put a little bit of doubt in there to discredit these allegations, which they have already done with each witness who has taken the stand in the Diddy trial via cross-examination. So while the prosecution is wrapping up their end and they are still continuing with another witness, which again, they're only doing chart summaries. This is not anything we don't know about. They are going through the freak off tapes. They are watching some of it. They are hearing audio of it. They are going through the bank statements from Bad Boy Entertainment, all the checks, the cash, the money, the flights, the flight logs, all of that. Defense will come up, and when they come up, because they are not putting witnesses on the stand, the only thing that they are going to be doing is throwing a couple exhibits into evidence, and more or less that's it. And with all of this being said, that means that the prosecution and the defense team are going to be doing closing arguments in the next couple days, which means a jury will be deliberating his fate probably by the end of this week or early next week. They are going to be deliberating and deciding, is he guilty on these charges? What are the charges? What are the charges? So we are looking at sex trafficking by force, coercion, or fraud. You are looking at the transportation to engage in prostitution, which means taking any of these escorts or any of these women across state lines or out of the country to engage in prostitution. And then you are also looking at the RICO charges, the racketeering. In this case, we have racketeering conspiracy. I did a video separately that goes over everything under that umbrella, and they only need to prove 2 of those things, and they need to prove it within a pattern over a 10-year period of time. With all that being said, do you think the prosecutors have done enough? Do you think they have given enough for a jury to go back and deliberate and find this man guilty on these charges? Do you find him guilty on these charges? Because we're at the end of this, and at this point in time, now that we know defenses are bringing any witnesses up, I'm going off their cross-exam. Did they do enough during cross-examinations to put a little bit of doubt in the jury's mind that maybe he's not guilty on all the charges? That was their job. They did that already. Prosecutors, they did their job already. They proved and compiled their evidence, compiled everything, and they've given it to us. So where do you stand? What do you think? I would love to know. Drop it in the comment section below. And when the defense gets up there and they do take a crack at their side of defending Diddy, whatever they go and put in for evidence, whatever they decide to submit to the court, I will let you know. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for ripping and running the Diddy trial with me. It's been quite a ride.
They feel like, hey, you know, whatever need to be presented.
That feel like the defense is confident.
Yeah. Like y'all don't beat yourselves with
That's
the
scary to me. That's scary to me. An overconfident defense means you're not going to do the extra that you should do.
So you would take the stand if it was him?
I would love to take the stand if I was him.
But how can you disprove a lie?
Ask me something. What's a lie? Did I blow up Kid Cardi car? I might have said it out loud because I was really mad, but I didn't want to do it.
So you think it's going against him that they're not?
How Ray just said that?
I would just like, see, this is what people don't understand.
prove it.
Just because I said out loud I'm gonna kill that nigga, don't mean I'm gonna kill that nigga. Now, if the nigga died 3 days later, I know you're gonna look at me, so I gotta make sure I'm close as far as fuck away from him. But I would take the stand if I was Puff.
Oh, nah, for sure.
I would play the victim like a motherfucker. Somebody introduced me to drugs and I didn't know. And you know, I had all the money, so everybody just made sure I was high. Because if I was high, everybody was high. And everybody liked being high. Like, I would take the stand I would absolutely take the stand in my defense. Do you love Ventura? Yes, I did. Did you do that? I did at the time. I didn't know it was wrong. I would just tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Just tell the truth. I think we all just kind of, on the Diddy trial, I think everybody just feels like it can go any way. And usually the way you want it to go is the way that you feel it should go. And to me, that's scary to me. I thought OJ was going to get found guilty.
Is that up to him if he takes a stand or not? Because maybe
that is up to him. That's I'm using the rest of them. Y'all talk, that is a strategy from the defense. I'm going to tell you something.
A lot of them saying they wouldn't take the stand either.
I never heard. Yeah, a lot of people saying they wouldn't take the stand. I would take the stand.
I would too.
I would absolutely. I think the worst thing, Puff, I think the only thing hurting him is he's not going to take the stand.
See, but you know what the difference between, you know what's funny? Because I've said this before. I was like, man, I think you like the next Puff. The difference between, I think, a Ray Daniels and a Diddy.
Tell me.
You are somebody that
that's true.
You truly give no fucks what nobody thinks.
No, that's not true. No, you're right. But what I'm saying is that I go into everything like a camera's watching. I live my life like cameras watching. Anybody who know me know. Like, if I'm talking to you and I'm like, I'm gonna tell you something, I'm like breaking frame. Cause I feel like I live in a sitcom. Like, I really believe I live in a sitcom. Like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
All right, let's break frame. By the way, it's the fourth wall. Exactly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's break the fourth wall. I do that. Right. But at the end of the day, I would love to testify for myself because I know I didn't do anything wrong. And if I did do something wrong and I didn't know, I didn't know. I really think that the sex trafficking thing is really weird to me and most men because sex trafficking is associated with being flown out. Like, say everybody feels like, yeah, like if you don't went somewhere and flew somebody with you, and I don't know about you guys, but like I know when I was flying women with me, and they would say something like, "I'm gonna take off Tuesday and Wednesday." My question would be, how much money you gonna lose? Whatever they lost that day, I would pay them. I might be in trouble for sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I thought I was doing what a man's supposed to do, looking out for your woman. But then that's sex trafficking. So that's why I'm like, I think that part of the portal gonna close.
But you became, granted, you were born Ray Daniels, but you've been the Ray Daniels to the world for how many years would you say? To the world.
I just started.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you yourself, you see what I'm saying? So you still can be humanized. I think Diddy, because he been famous for so long.
But guess what? He can use that to his advantage.
Explain that.
Let me ask y'all a question. How many times a day do you think Puff heard the word no? See out of the room, think about it. Just
zero.
Think about it. Think about it. So now, he can say, so if I'm saying, man, I want 18 prostitutes, and everybody like, we're gonna make it happen. Like, you see I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Like, it's one of them things where it's like, no one tells him no.
Yeah.
So I would just play the victim if I was him.
Yeah.
Like, if I said I want crack, everybody said, yes, I'm rich. I can't help it, I'm rich. That's really what happened. He really is.
Yeah.
Puff is not doing anything no man has never done.
So you kind of like that granddaddy everybody take advantage of. You ask granddad, tell granddaddy this, he gonna do it.
No, hell no. No, he's none of that. Puff is the nigga that became so big and so far, it goes back to the Offset conversation. He's so disconnected from the people that were there from the jump. Like, I have this thing with me. If you know me 20 years, you call me, if you know me under 20 years, you call me Ray.
Okay.
If you know me over 20 years, you call me Raymond. That's how I separate my timeline, right? So my mother calls me Raymond.
Got you.
Like, y'all call me Ray, right?
Got you.
Like, if you get really close to my family, you might start calling me Raymond because my mother will hit you, be like, yo, Alice, where's Raymond? And you just naturally be like, where's Raymond, right? But like, so Puff came into the game, I came into the business with a guy named D-Dot Angeletti. D-Dot was Puff's right hand. I don't know when the last time Dot and Puff talked. That's not my even saying that, but my point is I was hanging out with Block the other day and I was like, yo, when I saw the Puff, and he was like a minute. So I think that he got to this place where the only people around him were yes men. Damn. And he really is the victim of his own power. Damn. Because if you got yes men around you and you saying, I want to do this and do this, those yes men are going to try to create the opportunity for you. But here's the part where it goes messed up. They also are getting immunity for going against you. And that's the crazy part.
Dog, that shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw y'all saw that Tim Allen. I should have put it in the chat.
He's a criminal.
Yeah, so he got sentenced to life in like 1978. You know who Tim Allen is, right? The guy that did
Home Improvement.
Buzz Lightyear.
He's famous.
Yeah, from Toy Story, he was Buzz Lightyear. He had a show called Home Improvement, but he snitched on the people around him, and that allowed him to get out of jail.
And now he's famous, rich and famous
for being an actor and doing all the stuff he did. You don't know Tim Allen?
Wait. The show, the dude.
Home Improvement.
Okay, I do. Okay. That dude, he snitched on some people.
His mugshot from 1978, he was a mule, a drug runner. He got caught and he snitched. And no one said a word about him. But the whole world is angry at Gunna for saying what, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, we got to get.
Story 5.
What the fuck?
Bro, we got to. I'm telling you, our black people politics are the only one that goes against the regular world. Then we wonder why we ain't nowhere. We got to change how our politics.
That was gonna say, that's another thing. Really, it's like Diddy too in his mind probably kind of like they probably gonna try to pressure him to give some information he don't want to give.
He can plead the fifth.
You can.
Yes, you can. Anybody can.
I thought that's like one of them things you got to do before the trial start.
It can.
That's probably why they like this.
That's why Johnny. Did y'all watch the OJ trial? No. Okay. The documentary on OJ. That's why Johnny Cochran was such gangster. When he knew Mark Furman was gonna plead the fifth, like, yo, did you ever use the N-word? I plead the fifth. You do this? I plead the fifth. Then he goes, one last question. Did you plant that glove, that OJ's thing? And he goes, I plead the fifth. Holy. That's why Johnny Cochran is that nigga, bro. That's why people don't understand. Like, I am obsessed with greatness. I'm obsessed with it. If someone, I don't give a fuck if I hate you. Speaking of greatness, let's talk about something that Donald Trump did that was great. I want to bring this up because I know people don't fuck with Trump, and I get it. I know y'all don't like the man, hate the man, but learn from him. So Trump basically was remember how everybody said he was in debt and he was like owed all these people's money? And he was like, he went bankrupt. You know how he got out of it? I just realized he let them have the properties and just said, license my name.
I mean, you were $900 million in debt, and now your worth has, quadrupled since the show? All of a sudden now you've gone from being in debt to a worth of $90 million?
Not?
What?
No.
900 million?
No.
Billion?
No.
5 billion.
Well, that's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, they say $5 billion. I don't know if it's true. Mm-hmm. But it's enough to eat. And to live. It's been substantial. It's been great. No, I was down pretty low. I was down around 1990. I was minus $900 million. In fact, there's a very famous scene where I'm walking down the street with a very beautiful woman. And I said, you see that man over there? She said, yes. Do you know who he is? Yes, he's a beggar. Isn't that too bad? I said, it is too bad, but right now, he's worth $900 million more than I am. This was a bad point in my life.
Right.
And she said somewhat naively, what do you mean, Donald? He's not worth $900 million, is he? And I said, let's assume he's worth nothing, but I'm worth minus $900 million. And so that was a low point. That was around 1991. And now it's, the real estate markets have been booming in New York and elsewhere where I'm building. And I'm by far the biggest developer in New York.
So instead of running the business, being a landlord, having to maintain everything, the people he owed money to, he gave them the business. And he said, just leave my name on there and pay me for a license for my name. Because his name is the brand. So what I want people to understand is that you got to build a brand going into 2025. If you're not thinking this way, you're going to lose in the new America. Literally, our president is a brand. He's the first politician that's a brand. He made it to the top office being a brand. Think about that. Like, so for me, entrepreneurs need to understand, keep your name clean, right? Make sure you protect your brand, your name. Like, that's why I don't play about the Daniels name and everything else. Protect your name. But the thing that he did, keep swiping. I want to just read it. So I'm gonna read everybody. So in 1990, Donald Trump was on the brink of $990 million of debt. The New York Post called him his towers, yachts, and even helicopters were seized. But what he did next rewrote the wealth playbook forever. Every entrepreneur should understand this. By the way, everybody here is entrepreneurs. You better know that. All right, between 1985 and 1994, Trump lost more than any other American taxpayer, $1.7 billion in losses. His businesses never made a profit, not once. He was hemorrhaging cash, and Wall Street wrote obituary. Next. The bankruptcy hit like dominoes. Taj Mahal, 91. Trump canceled filed, 92. Trump Plaza filed, 92. He lost his airline, his yacht, his helicopter, and department store stakes. Everyone thought Trump was finished. But in 1995, he made a move that flipped the script. That year, he reported a loss of $916 million, but it wasn't just a loss. It was a strategic tax shield that let him avoid paying taxes on $50 million plus per year for 18 years. That wasn't his luck. That was leverage. Trump knew the tax code better than his critics, and it bought him time to do what he does best, make deals. Strategy 1, equity for debt swap. Instead of defaulting, he offered bondholders equity in exchange for debt forgiveness. At Trump Plaza, he gave a 49% equity to wipe out $550 million of his debt. He stayed in the game without paying a cent. Keep control. Strategy 2, he convinced banks that Trump was the real value. No, he convinced banks that Trump, the name Trump, was the real value. They took his properties, but paid him to keep running them. He kept control, earned fees, and had zero downside. Strategy 3, monetize his name. Even while bankrupt, Trump made more money from Trump He showed up to events, casinos, opening, hotel launches, not as an owner, but as a brand. Guys, what am I saying? You have to be a brand in 2025. Keep going. The irony, he no longer owned the buildings, but he still got paid. He turned the banks into partners, the tax code into protection, and his name into a product. In public, he was mocked, but behind the scenes, he was rewriting how leverage, brand, and publicity work together. It was the ultimate comeback playbook. Entrepreneurs chase funding, Trump chased leverage. He didn't need to win every battle. He just needed to stay in the game long enough to rewrite the rules. Come on. You don't need more money. You need more strategy. Trump's comeback wasn't built on cash. It was built on control, negotiation, and brand. Here's my point. My point is this, is that you don't have to like him. You can hate him. But he understood his name meant something, and he used it to his advantage. And that's what I want people to understand. Notice what I say. Fuck how you feel. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you know. And what we know was the Trump name. Whether you felt good about it or not, you knew what it represented. It represented the other side, the other half. It represented rich. That's why he didn't want black folks and Mexicans in his building living there, because he was really sending a sign to white America saying, you're still safe here. We know what he was doing. My thing is, I don't give a fuck if it didn't include me. I still respect the playbook. I'm not everybody's customer. I know that. And I think sometimes we get mad at people when we're not their customer, when we should be really learning from how they interact with their customer, especially if you plan on being an entrepreneur. That's what I would say.
So it's really like it's funny because when I always heard Donald Trump,
and I'm sorry, I want to say one more thing. It's something very important. Go back a couple of slides, please. It's something very important. That right there. In public, what does it say, guys? In public,
he was mocked.
But behind the scenes,
he was right in how leverage, brand, and publicity work together.
Okay. While everybody was laughing, he was making a plan. That's why I tell people, stop laughing. You can't afford to laugh. Stop sitting on the sideline clowning people. That's why I said he was mocked. Those same people that mocked him probably hate that he's the president. But it doesn't stop him and his family from creating the generational wealth and power that they're going to run the world for the next 30, 40 years.
Bruh, this wild Ray, and you probably feel this way deep down, a lot of this shit, if you take his name out, that sound like Kim Kardashian. How she leveraged the Kardashian
point. The name. That's why I'm trying to tell people. It's about being a brand. Build the brand, then you decide the business. See, most people want to build the business. What Trump understood was business cost. Business is this is me building a brand. This don't cost me shit. I got a microphone, I got my phone. It's the people in the room and the building I'm in that cost me the building. So it's a lot, but I tell people, focus on your brand. Focus on your brand in a world where we have nothing but choices. What remember they used to call it making a blockbuster night? Remember that was a saying? What do they call it now? Netflix and chill. Exactly, Netflix and chill. Who's the number one streaming platform in the world? Netflix. Netflix. Now imagine if they had Apple TV nights. Imagine if they had Paramount moments. Imagine if they had Peacock Sundays where they was branding themselves. So now we know it's them. They're not doing that. And that is why Netflix is winning and everybody else is losing compared to Netflix, because they have Netflix and chill. The same way you had a Kodak moment. You didn't have a Panasonic moment. You had a Kodak moment. You didn't have a Sony moment. You had a Kodak moment. You got to find a way to make whatever you do essential. If you're going to call an HVAC guy, call the branded HVAC guy. That's why these lawyers and all these personal injury lawyers, like, you ever notice how they dress? Like look at music lawyers dress like me. Sports coat, jacket. That's how music lawyers dress. Regular lawyers dress like tie, shirts. Fucking personal injury lawyer got on a top hat, got on a chain with his name on it, like, because they are marketing themselves to an audience of people. It's just how the world works. I want my audience watching to understand that I'm only here to give you guys facts with no emotions. I want to give you, I don't want to be subjective. How I feel about Trump shouldn't matter to you. How you feel about Trump doesn't matter to me. What Trump did that we can apply should matter to all of us, though. And that's where I'm at. And that's what I wish that we was on. So speaking of that, so I say that to say, I chase greatness. And greatness is not red or blue. Greatness is not East Coast or West Coast. Greatness is about being committed to the process of winning. Trump is a winner, whether you like him or not. Whether you like him or not, he's a winner. He's the second person in the history of this nation to be the president from 2 different terms. Separate terms, not concurrent.
So nobody ever did that?
No.
Wow.
He's a second
never knew
person.
that.
Somebody
I never
did
knew
it
that.
like in the early days of like in the 1700s, but dog, he's a winner. And I think that to me, that's what America likes. America likes a winner. So I say instead of focusing on your role in America, focus on turning yourself into a winner. That's what I had to do.
So next topic, Oklahoma City. They won the NBA Finals
Shout out to
last
OKC.
night.
Shout out to my Uncle Phil. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to my boy Dele. I got a lot of friends from OKC. Shout out to them for winning. Shout out to the young boys for winning the right way. Like, to me, I think that this championship changed the NBA forever, or at least for the next 10 years, for the foreseeable future.
So
this is, to me, OKC to me is the first AAU champion in the NBA.
AAU champion.
Meaning like AAU ball.
Oh, okay.
They all young, same age.
Got you.
They just players that were all drafted together. They like each other. Like compared to like the Lakers, you trying to get to the Lakers. Like I want to be on the Lakers. Like you want to be on the Lakers for LA. If you want to be OKC, you just happy to be there. It's just different. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Indiana. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was cheering for Indiana even though they beat my Knicks because I just like to see. Like it goes back to as much as I'm a Knicks fan, I can appreciate greatness. And watching Hallie and watching Pascal and watching them, I'm like, yo, it wasn't my Knicks didn't make it, but I still can appreciate the greatness that did. So I'm all about focusing on greatness and focusing on winners. I don't even understand how people focus on anything else in life. How did they win?
So with OKC, right? A lot of people weren't even watching the game because people like, who are they, right? They're not a big name team. You would know better than us. Was the Bulls a big name team before Jordan and them started winning?
First of all, not only was the Bulls a big name team, Chicago is a top 5 city in this country.
Okay.
Big city. New York, LA, Chicago.
Got you.
What else? Like Detroit, maybe?
I guess because it's like the only throwback Bulls jersey you see is Jordan. So I was who they had for him?
OKC has one high rise. They don't have a building bigger than 30 stories.
Damn.
They'll have one building in the whole fucking city bigger than 30 stories that I've seen. That makes it different. They're a small town team, small town player, small town everything, and they won, and they set up to win more. So I think that they're going to make the NBA, because like even the Durant trade, nobody's chasing Durant. They gave Desmond Bain way more for him, the Orlando Magic did, than they gave for Durant, because Durant doesn't care about winning no more. I mean, he does. Let me not say that, because that's not fair to him. I don't even know the man, but he won already, and I think that he's in this place now where he just enjoys basketball as much as and then winning. But Michael Jordan didn't enjoy basketball if he wasn't winning. Kobe Bryant didn't enjoy basketball if he wasn't winning. That's the difference. That's what I mean. I study the winner's mentality, the winner's playbook. That's what I focus on.
You think OKC has a chance to attract other players that want to come play there in a small market like that?
Have to. That's what I'm trying. That's what I mean by AAU team. That's what I mean by AAU team. They don't have to. They farm their players.
Gotcha. Then
they got friends. Who you play with? Oh, your homeboy can play around the corner. He good. He's 6'9", bring him over to. That's how AAU teams are built. Like friends, they want to play together. LeBron brought that energy to the NBA, where like Wade, Bosh, and LeBron playing together, that was AAU team shit. Like I want to play in the same team as you, compared to everybody want to be their own team. Nobody wants to be their own face of a franchise no more. They just want to win now. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Damn, and then SGA, him winning MVP and Finals MVP, that's like a real... Like 30, averaging 30 points a game.
Listen, bro.
He might be the one.
Let's see if he does it next season. Because now that so like Boston won the season before, everybody had to get taller because of Boston. Now you got to get deeper because of OKC. It's just trends,
So
bro.
like when the Warriors
winner wins.
wins.
This is why I'm so obsessed with winning. Because winning predicts trends. The winners predict trends. That's why I'm so obsessed with winning. What's the new trends? If you can get in front of it, you can make a whole lot of money quick. What else we got?
Got you. Damn. Where was we at?
Man, thank you, Dante Baker. He said, for real, you better than Indiana if you didn't see that. OKC. I said OKC. See, people like this, you want to argue, bro. You want to argue. I said OKC is amazing. Oh, yeah, let me see this.
I think it's a great power versus wealth conversation here.
Let's go. This is what it's about. No, this is power and wealth. Go back. So let me tell you what Stephen A. is understanding.
It's your boy Stevie A. Smith live from Madison Square Garden, home of the Knicks. Tonight We are playing the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. And let me tell y'all, the score is 50-10. 50-10. This is blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. This is a monstrosity. This is embarrassing. I grew up in the Bronx. What are they doing? Where's the defense? Where's the defense? This is a perfunctory. An anomaly. What are we doing here? Knicks, I don't even know what to say. Step it up. If you want to hear more from Stevie A. Smith, tune into my show, The Stevie A. Smith Show, only on ESPN, because I got a lot to say, as always.
Good kudos to them. What else?
Then what was interesting too about that, she got the same mannerisms and all. That was so dope. Yeah, it's like
who?
Her, like just how she looked like.
That's his daughter.
You know
but
that's like so dope.
Like LeBron. Don't think that it makes it easier to love LeBron when you love his wife. Like I love LeBron, but like his wife is a Virgo, and I just watch her move, and I'm like, I can't even be mad at him because I fuck with her. Like it's like that's the bar that they should gotta understand. They might not like you, but they might like your kids. They might not like you, but they might like your wife. They might not like you, but they might like your husband. Give them more than just you. Stephen A. figured that out. Good for him. What else? He might be. Somebody say he's using it as a cover. He might be using it as a cover. No, who cares? Listen, it doesn't matter. Someone said he's using it as a cover. If he is, he's best suited to do it over anyone else because he's been her cover his entire life. That's what I'm saying. It's like even now, it's like people like he using. How could he use his daughter that he raised? How do you do that? That's the part that people bought. So it's like, was his daughter using him when he was buying her all of the things she needed? No.
Whoever said that, did you say that about Jeannie Buss with the Lakers?
Listen, whoever said it, I'm not even here to single them out and say their name. My point is if you're following me, I want, like, if you're following me, by the way, hi friend too, Daniel Liberto. If you're following me, the most important thing to me for you guys is for you guys to like, I want you guys to understand who I am, right? Like, I want you guys to understand the thought process I have. I don't want you guys to even like love me or be fans of me. I just want you to be freed yourself. Like, growing up, I wasn't free. I didn't have confidence to think I can do or be anything. No one gave me that. So I had to figure that out, and I wanted to be in music, and they was like, you can't do that. Then I made it in that, and then I want to do this, and everything I did, people tell me I couldn't, and then I did it. So for me, what I'm like, how many other people in the world going through this? How many other people in the world feel like they could do something, but they got people in their lives telling them they can't? Cool. Turn me on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you can. That's how I look at myself. Like, turn me on. I'm gonna tell you can do it, because people told me I can't do it. I've heard that so many times, and here I am.
Right.
And a lot of those same people are asking me for help now, and I help them. But it's because they weren't projecting their fears for me on me. They were projecting their fears of themselves on me. But I'm me. I believe in me. And I'm not going to rest until I at least explore it. So I'm going to go for it, just so I can at least say I went for it and I didn't work, rather than being like, man, it could have been. Man, what could have happened if we kept going? Right. Let's just keep going. We won't have to ask what could have. We could have just figured it out. And that's how I look at it.
We already said that you don't relate to
What's
this lady's husband.
You want to give it? I'm going to put the camera on you. Go ahead. Tell us about this. Talk about this.
Okay, so because we always having like this man and woman debate, and Wendy Williams' husband is over here now trying to get more money out of her and filing as somebody else by suing her guardian. And I'm just like, there are terrible men out here that are doing these things, and it's like, can we shed some light?
York, and my opinion on the Wendy situation is that we all know that this is a crash grab from Kevin. If he's willing to do this, then we should let him, because beggars cannot be choosers in this situation. He's going to be the only one that's willing to do a lawsuit. And if Wendy can be released from this, then they should let him do it. Because at the end of the day, Kevin can just give her a check, and then Wendy could be released. So everything will be okay.
But he may not be the only one willing to do it. Is Joe Tacopina thinking about a lawsuit? Do we have a sense of?
No, I know exactly what Joe's doing. Joe is going to file. Wendy is going through these medical tests right now. This whole business of frontotemporal dementia, I mean, there's just no way she could have that, because it only gets worse. And when you look at her 5 years ago, she's gotten better. And it doesn't make sense. So they're going to do the medical test, then ask the judge to release her from the guardianship. The judge is probably going to say no based on everything we've seen. And then Joe is going to demand a jury trial, which you can get in New York. And a jury will ultimately decide, should Wendy be free of this guardianship?
And my guess is
she's going to win.
She's going to win because she's always had a whole lot of fans in New York.
But it's also the right thing to do.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't want to. Like I said, I don't have an opinion. I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah. What if he's suing the guardian to get the money, to get his wife back, and to free her and take things back to what they was?
Because according to what he did before, I really
No,
doubt
according to
it.
what he did before, that can be true.
Yeah.
But those two can be the same. He could have done that before. It goes back to what I said about Puff and Cassie. I think at some point you look at each other and you be like, did you know, we didn't think it was gonna go this far. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, think about that. Sometimes you and somebody beefing, you and old girl was beefing, and you didn't think it would come to the point where she'll show up to the studio. Like, damn, like I knew we was beefing, but I thought we didn't want to hurt each other's job. I didn't know we wanted to take something. Yeah. So for me, with Wendy's husband, to me, him suing her guardian, to me, the first thing I think is because she can't. That's the first thing that happened.
I mean, that's a very nice way. I hope that's what's happening.
But that's my heart, though. That is my heart and how my heart works. If that's Yokiana, I'm gonna go get it. Because like it goes back to like you called her crazy so many times, your son called her crazy, and now she got a guardian. Now it's like, fuck, look how far this shit went. They might think, I was just trying to get a couple dollars. I didn't know we was gonna have the government get involved, and now you're a prisoner of your own. That's what's happening. So I think maybe he's trying to free them. I don't know, but what I don't want to do is make him the enemy, because look what he said. Hunter filed as a what? Oh shit. A friend. He's probably trying to free her, but the way the world works, and this is why I don't even speak on them. First of all, let me say something. He can't be a fucked up nigga, and she can't unless she a fucked up person, and vice versa. They ain't been together 30 motherfucking years, and one was good and one was bad.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. So they are birds of a feather.
Yeah.
That's why I love this show. It's one of my favorite shows. Is the show Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple Plus. And it's bro, you gotta watch it. And it's about this guy who loses his job, and he's amongst the elite, and he loses his job, and he doesn't want to tell them, so he starts robbing them, his friends, right? But like, his wife hates him in the show. His ex-wife in the show hates him, even though she cheated on him. And then she wants to get away from him because he's toxic. And then she gets away from him with somebody else, and then something happens, and they blame her with him. So Wendy and her husband Kevin must understand. Going back to that movie, is that y'all are associated with each other. A lot of people don't like what I said about Jay-Z and Dame. I get it. From a man standpoint, Jay-Z don't own Dame shit. But from a business standpoint, when you've built businesses and you understand taxes and you understand payroll, and you understand how money works, you tend to understand, you tend to smarten the fuck up with how it does, right? So these guys, I just think that he filed as a friend, probably because he like, who's the best person to free her? Her husband. I would just say, let's not judge him until we know. But your narrative, I get it. I just hate making someone a bad person in someone else's story without hearing the whole story.
I got you.
But, it is what it is. What else we got? What's the next phase for Ray Daniels? I'm hoping it's this novelle. I like doing this. I like sitting in the room with my staff. I want to do this for daytime, and my goal is to do this at night. So I want to have like a daytime set, which is this. We get in the morning, and then at night, I just like get drunk or get high, and we just talk crazy. So that's my goal. But my goal is to eventually build myself as a brand big enough where I can help people around me sell products, sell sandwiches, sell shirts, sell anything. That's what the future looks like for me. I'm holding it. What else?
So
this is definitely something brought up by a girl.
Yeah, I know.
This is a girl subject.
So
but that's why I love you, though. I want you to bring up the girl stuff. That's why you're here. It ain't just my opinion. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the Cowboys were paying the cheerleaders only $15 per hour, and it was revealed in the Netflix docuseries. So now they're getting a 400% increase, and they're getting paid $75 an hour. So good for them. But
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders getting a big pay raise.
About time. One cheerleader told the New York Times that they're getting a 400% bump in pay this season. In the report, she says veterans are going to make closer to $75 an hour. It was $15 an hour last year. Comes after a successful first season of America's Sweethearts on Netflix, where the women talked about the challenges of trying to balance their DCC duties and schedules with the full-time job, to pay the bills. Season 2 released yesterday.
But that's crazy, $15 an hour to be.
So a lot of people don't understand. The most famous cheerleaders in America are the Lakers and the Cowboys.
So 15 an hour is insane.
No, my point is this: is if you're a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, you can turn that into so many different things.
No, that's not. I understand.
No. Let's
You
be
already
okay. So
know.
hear me out. Hear me
I
out. Hear me out.
understand
Let's be clear. J-Lo was a fly girl.
She became J-Lo.
Puff was a backup dancer. My point is that sometimes we go into these places where like they getting paid 15 an hour. I'm like, man, they get to see the games for free. That's how, I swear to God, that's how I look at it.
They're literally athletes, so they have to train. Like
I'm
even
not
25 per
I'm
hour
not-
would have been decent.
But nobody
15
is
minimum
coming to
wage.
see them play, and we also don't know how many hours. You're probably, if they only get paid for the game, that's $60 a week. They probably get paid to
They're
practice.
still getting paid by the.
They get paid to practice. I'm saying.
But minimum wage, I feel like, is just disrespectful.
All I'm saying is this: is everything is disrespectful to everybody if you don't figure out how to make it work for you.
But these are the women that cheer during halftime. Like they have a real significant role.
He voiced what he felt about a situation at the label. And once he was off the label, he got a microphone and he showed his value. So he said, okay, I'm tired of people walking, coming to the building, Ray from Def Jam, Ray from Hill, Ray from there, Ray from Universal, Ray from Epic. So he was like, well, let me tell you why I was in the building. What Ray's saying with them is they could have been like, hey, I'm a cowgirl, and we would have listened. Like when J-Lo said she a fly girl,
somebody
we
just
listened.
said, somebody just said, professional cheerleaders, shout out to the claims department. I think that's my guy, Daryl. Shout out to Daryl. Professional cheerleaders have regular, normal jobs. Most of them are college graduates working as nurses and lawyers. Average age, 19 to 25. That's just parlay of secondary income. They ain't gonna be cheering until they 39. Why are we worried about what they make an hour? This is an experience. To me, these are steps. These are not career moments.
Mm-hmm. You yourself, Rocki, would have did more with that $15 an hour than make a doc. You would have made a doc. You would have made a doc about Rocki Jean.
I'm gonna shout you out, Anderson Martes. Shout out to you, Joel.
Okay.
Shout out to Joel in the chat.
That's why it's hard for Ray to see it, because he like, you a creative woman right in front of him would have found a way to finesse that.
My thing is this. My thing is this. When I realized that the music business didn't like us doing interviews, I started tweeting. They never said my contract I can't tweet. And I would tweet like how I felt. I didn't just do interviews. I just tweeted what I felt. And then they still wound up having a problem with that. And literally, it was either I was going to be a subservient employee or I was going to be who I am today. I'd rather be who I am today and figure it out than be a subservient employee knowing that everybody going to lose their job in 5 years anyway. At least I'm ahead of the game. But it happened to me. Listen, anytime somebody's complaining about a system, I'm going to say do something about it before you complain. And guess what? They did something about it. Now they're getting 75 an hour. Good for them. Good for everybody. And by the way, I hope that trickles down to all the rest of cheerleaders around. That's how I look at it. If the rest of the cheerleaders are getting $15 an hour and they see this, somebody should do something about it. That's how I look at it. Do something. Nobody wants to get embarrassed. Nobody rich wants to be called cheap. That's why Puff's still paying them girls rent. Nobody rich wants to be called cheap or broke. Trust me, if you're an Atlanta Falcons cheerleader and you come out and say Arthur Blank don't value cheerleaders, he might hate you. He definitely gonna not like you because the industry didn't like me. That's why I ain't in it no more. But you get to make the changes. They made some changes. That's how I go. What else we talking about?
That was it.
I thought we had one more. I keep going through, making sure.
Alpha males or sassy.
Alpha males. Can I see that, please? Go there. I got a couple more seconds. Go to that. Let's do that.
What's like your biggest problem with it? The fact that women expect too much too soon. The fact that we're supposed to provide and protect, and they show no value on their end. But isn't that what you're supposed to do as a man and a provider? Hasn't been initiated yet.
Hold on, I'm gonna show them. You gotta put this one on there.
At the end of the day, we're the prize. So if they not.
All right, get off this. Turn this off. First of all, Moeski sent it. That is a skit. That is not real people. Because alpha males don't talk like that.
No, he sent that for the idea we had on Friday.
Oh.
We're not gonna talk about that right now then.
I'm just saying.
We'll do it another day. Yeah, let's cut that part out. Morgan Wallen, real quick. For every Drake fan, I want to let y'all say something. This is important. Last thing I'm gonna say. For every Drake fan out there, this is why I stress who's in the room. Drake is losing his blackness slowly because he's angry at the black community for siding with Kendrick. And these type of things don't make it better. That's all I'm gonna say. These type of things don't make it better. Going on stage with someone that people deemed racist because you can is the easiest way to get black people to stop fucking with you even more. So to me, I would tell Drake, tread lightly, because I don't know about Canada, but in America, racism is a real thing. And if they think that you're playing both sides, I don't care how much they love you. They will switch up on you. That's it.
I think Drake at this point he can lean into being mixed race and tell that story, that struggle that only he and other people that's mixed can relate to. Because at the end of the day, it's new to people who not.
Yeah, but hold on. But my point is this: is you could have went to the Morgan Wallen show, stayed backstage. I'm a fan. He brought you out. He leveraged you. You gotta know that he's leveraging you. He's showing his audience that you mess with him. You could have been backstage and you went with it. And I didn't even know about Morgan Wallen.
More than him.
I don't keep up with all of that stuff about who's racist, who's not. I mean, I don't make no money with Morgan Wallen, so I don't care.
Yeah,
he didn't do nothing to me. But when you see black people like Drake inside of it, that's the headline. They put like the it's on site. All these big blogs are like Drake is on stage with a known racist. It's like that's how they get rid of you, brother. I got you, Chas. I know what I got to do. I know I'm in it right now. All right, that's the Raydar Report. We out. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.